Hello, I'm Jeff Peterson, lifetime resident of Vinyl Haven, Maine, and I've been fishing my whole life, and that's pretty much all I've done is be a lobsterman. Now we're going to do a soft shell lobster called a shedder, and this was a hard shell, much smaller, and when they shed they get a new shell and then they grow into the new shell. And like the hard shell that I did previously, I'm going to just do this with my hands. It'll be much easier because it's soft shell. And it's basically the same. I'm going to break the claws off. And then we're going to get the tail off. Try not to tear the body segment. And that's basically the three parts. And we'll start with the tail. If you like the juice, we'll see if we get some out of this. The hard shell was so hard that it was so full of meat that there wasn't any juice. And this one ain't too bad either. So it's got, oh, there we go. You can actually push the meat out through this way, but if you really want to save the meat and not tear it up in any way, it's the same thing. It's much easier than a hard shell. Just crush it together and then it comes out in one piece. And you'll make one here. And that's edible. And that's just a little thing. And we're going to peel that down. This one has roe in it, so we'll just take that out. It's very edible, very delicious. And there's no entrail in this one, just a very clean, bring it around, it's very clean except for that little thing. Some people don't even bother, so we're going to put that there. And the same as we did on the hard shell, we're going to eat this little flipper knuckle. Just peel that apart. And the same. That's actually pure meat. And this is the other side. And the meat didn't come out, so I'm just going to squeeze it. And then this is the knuckle of it. Squeeze it just a little, and that's the other side. And we're going to start on the claw. And that's neat. We're going to save the juice in case you like the juice. It's very tasty and salty. Ah, sounds good. Same as the hard shell, we're going to use this for leverage so we can break that off. Shedders, the meat usually comes out with that. Then we're going to break the next knuckle. Easily crushes. So the meat comes out. And then we have our little natural picker that comes with it. And the meat kind of came out partially with the shell. If you have any strength at all, you can actually break the shell. Remember, this is soft shell. That's from the claw. Now we're going to do the other claw. Break that little segment off so we can. And this is full of juice, so if you like the juice, you can put it in your mouth and pop this and suck it out, or you can save it and have it in a glass for anything you want to have with it, or nothing. Just drink it as you wish. Now we hold on to the whole claw so we can break this off. It's so much easier having that leverage. Squeeze that together, which starts to break it apart. And then you get the knuckle meat out. And that's the meat out of this shell. And this is a shutter, so it should break easy. Of course, it's nowhere near as big as the hard shell was, so we'll put that down there. And that's the bone. Now we're going to get to the body. Boy, that went quicker than the hard shell. And there's usually less tamale in the cheddar because it's a new lobster. So let's save that. There's a little more tamale, and clean this off. And just like the hard shell, break the 3 legs off and not the bottom one, because that will tear the body apart and make it harder to get the meat out of the body. That's one side. Great picker, works every time. Now we have the body ready to break up and get the meat out of it. Break the top part off. Split it down the middle. One side or the other is going to break away first. And each leg segment has meat in it. You just got to be kind of patient and careful and pick it out. I actually think it's the best meat of the lobster. It seems to be the most tenderest piece meat of the lobster. It's just not a great quantity of it. And each segment has now been cleaned out. Now we go back to the body and to the backbone of the lobster and pick the meat that stayed with it. Now we're going to break the backbone to try to keep it as small as possible away from the other side. And then we're going to pick the meat that stayed to that. If you get real fussy, you can get it all, I guess. And that's a picked backbone. Now we got one more segment here. The other side of the body cavity. And you just come towards you. This is where the claw segment is, and which is the biggest. And look at that. That's all meat. And each segment's been cleaned out again. Now we're down to the legs. Same as the hard shell, you just break the bottom part off. If the meat doesn't come out, I guess you can enjoy it by the old-fashioned way. It's not a whole lot of meat in the shell legs, but if you want to get all the meat, this is what you got to do. Whoop. And now we're back to our nice little handy wine bottle here. Or a roller pin, or even a beer bottle on the soft shells, because it is not nowhere near as hard, the shell. More. Oops. I don't think it's alive. And set that aside. And that is the lobster meat out of a soft shell lobster, and this is the meat out of a hard shell lobster that's only less than a quarter pound bigger. So anyway, that's how I do it, and this is as fresh as you're going to get lobster meat, and I hope you enjoyed watching me do this. I've done it a long time. And our little juice, which is very salty and flavorful. Bon appetit, is it, or have a drink. Very good.
And Jeff, could you explain the difference between a soft shell and a hard shell?
The soft shell lobster is, or the new shell lobster, is when a smaller hard shell lobster, which is this is, sheds and then grows into the shell. That's why there's juice in it and it's less meat. But it is tender, it's a little more flavorful, but for the yield, if you know how to get the meat out, this is what it is. This is why a hard shell lobster costs more, because there's more yield. Other than that, it's all good to me. I love it all. So, thank you again, and we'll sign off now.